Now, today we're going to be talking about an interesting topic about wealth, or how does one person become wealthy. Now, have you ever wondered, right, why guys like these guys or other people on the Forbes 400 become extremely wealthy? Now, today I want to explain to you a fundamental way, or a very important way, that is like useful or essentially needed to grow wealth. Now, I'm going to be talking about it in two different avenues through by comparing labor income with capital income. So, essentially, we're going to start this off by showing you our first key example, which is this guy here, Michael Jordan. Now, Michael Jordan in 2016 was reported to be the first ever in NBA history billionaire. Right now, across his 16 seasons in the NBA, Michael Jordan made a reported approximately $93 million in his basketball career. So how is it that somebody who made $93 million across 16 years while paying regular income tax on that grew to then become a billionaire? Now, Michael Jordan reached billionaire status through his corporate partnerships. So he has a part ownership stake in the Charlotte Hornets, Gatorade, his partnerships and deals with Gatorade, and also his collab with Nike to make the Air Jordans. Now, he became a millionaire through his labor, but a billionaire by owning capital. Now, with Michael Jordan, it's reported that his current business ventures, so after he retired from 2016 onwards, he makes approximately $100 million a year from his business ventures. So you might be asking yourself, all right, so if he made all this money, then what is capital? Now, capital is essentially anything you own that can make you money. So stocks can be capital. Rental property, where you collect rent from the tenant, can be capital. Or for the likes of Michael Jordan, his likeness can be capital. Now, this is obviously common for a lot of influencers, celebrities, and famous people using their likeness to get corporate partnerships, brands, and sponsorships, etc., like that. Now, with case in point, Michael Jordan utilized his capital of his ownership stake in the basketball team and also his likeness. Now, another example I want to talk about is these guys. Now, these guys are the exceptional example of capital. Now, as you can see here, right, this is a graph of the wealthiest people in America. So this is the top 10 to 5% going all the way up to the wealth spectrum of the 0.01%. Now, as you see, as you get higher up the wealth spectrum, the more their money comes from capital income over labor income. And these guys are all exceptional examples of it. Because you can't become extremely wealthy through a regular job. If you're working a regular 9 to 5, 5 days a week or whatever, it's just not gonna happen because it's capped at a certain limit. You can only work a certain number of hours per day or a certain amount of days per week. But rather, when you earn capital, which can be passive income, that's exponential. Whether you're asleep, awake, in a different country, on holiday, that money is always making more money for you. And if you look at these guys right here in the top 10, all of them have a significant ownership of a business. Whether it be a business they started themselves or bought into, it's all through owning a business. And a business is capital. Right. As Abigail Disney, the granddaughter of Walt Disney, once said, ownership is what creates wealth. And as that is because ownership isn't capped. You can make as much money through your stock portfolio or real estate portfolio, right? But rather when you have your labor income, that is only capped to how much you can work. It's directly correlated with that. So an example here I want to give is Dr. Dre. Now, Dr. Dre in his entire career earnings made between about 13 million all the way up to $35 million. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money. Even 41 million here in 2016, that is a lot of money. However, if you look across all these years, the year that stands out is 2014. Dr. Dre was reported to make about $620 million. So that means he made 60% of his lifetime earnings in just this one year. Now, how did Dre do that? That's because in 2014, Dre actually sold his company, Beats by Dre, the headphones company Beats, to Apple. Now, Dre was a part owner of the business. He didn't own it entirely. However, the business was sold for a few $1 billion, and it led to Dre getting paid 620 million about thereabouts for his part of the business. Now, as you can see, being a part owner is what grew his wealth exponentially. All these years, through labor income, he made a lot of money, but the sale of that business is what made him a lot of money. So this essentially means that for all of us, well, we need to get our hands on this thing called capital, right? Capital, as I say, it can be stocks. So I want to show you about this guy, Mr. Buffett, I would say, world widely renowned as the greatest investor of all time. Now, if you can't go out and start your own business, you can always invest in a business, which is what this guy is a master of. Till this day, at 92 years old, still the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett is worth over $100 billion. And how has he accumulated and grown that wealth? Through the ownership of capital. Now, to get access to capital of a business, you can do this through the stock market, as I said, and there are many different stock exchanges, depends on your country, what you want to invest in. But essentially, as you would have learned in this, is that to grow extremely wealthy, you need to get your hands on capital. So to summarize it, if you see all these guys here in the Forbes 400, but this is just currently the top 10, all of them have big ownership stakes in their businesses, all from businesses. All right. So as I said before, ownership is what creates wealth, and owning capital is what grows your wealth. Yeah. If you guys have any other suggestions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos, feel free to comment that down below, or any questions about today's video, pop it in the comments there as well. And if you guys like this sort of content, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.